Greetings internet and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. Beginning of last episode I said I wasn't, in the game sense, personally, yay, game sense, and now this, after the last episode I shot, it's still, oh man, lots happening. And well, I mean, I'm filming this directly after the previous episode, so it's like, I don't know, Peter Jackson making Lord of the Rings back to back. I'm making these back to back because I want to know what's going on. I know you guys will, but you have to wait a little bit between each episode. I can't load them all up at the same time, can I? Because they won't get watched. But hey ho. Anyway, let's go back to the map, see what's going on. And remember, please hit the like and subscribe and the comments and all that YouTube bullshit, because it all helps the channel, it all promotes the channel and gets these videos out to other people. So, but without any further ado, down to the map we go. As in all good TV shows, it says, in the previous episode, we had the Panzer IV reload its gun, but not to shoot at anything else. We had Ambrose crawl into this building here, and he's trying to find the bazooka. Maybe he can fire at the rear of the tank. Hudson, still incapacitated, left behind by Bell. Game over, man. Game over, man. Bell moves over here, takes a shot at the Germans. Blindly flies ammo into no direction. Gibson panics. Cornwall, standing on the fuel. So does he or does he not take some more fuel to go and blow these bridges? Do we bother with blowing the bridges? Who knows? The Jeep's still intact. Two Germans move over here. Matthias and Lars, the Gibson twins. And they've been fighting. There's a firefight developing over here, and the runner that came on the board, he didn't run very far. He sort of tripped over and went prone. That's a brief recap. Okay, on we go on to the next action round. Got to sort all my papers out because in the excitement, the booklets go on the wrong side. Everything gets everywhere. So we are starting action round 5. And we have an event phase. We don't have any more awareness because everyone's aware. So the event, rolling the 2 dice and adding them together, we have 2 and 2 is 4. We had 4 last time. I'm sure that's a random artillery shell, wasn't it? Let's just go and double check. We have 4 on the event. Yeah, paragraph 31. And paragraph 31 was that random shell coming in. Sure it was. Yeah. A German artillery strike. Roll 1 die to determine the impact hex. Okay. Now we're rolling. Last time we rolled a 2. This time it's a 6. Hex H15. So let me get the little cube out. H, which is here, H15. Alright, so it lands there. Boom! Why can't it land where the tank is? It'll take it out. But yeah, and that means I've got another counter. Doop. That's unclipped. Oh no, man! No, Hudson's even mentioning that now in his delirium of being incapacitated. The cards are not clipped, man. Game over, man. Game over. But it's clipped now. There we go. Boom. Ow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. What am I going to do now? Ah, yes. That was a random event. What am I going to do now? Just jibber jabber. No, it's initiative. I won it last turn, but it didn't really give me much of an edge because I only got 1 action. So, here we go. I remember I'm the green dice. Green 8. Oh man, the Germans get it with a 9. Darn it. I thought it was a 6, but it's not. It's a 9. So I don't get the initiative. Okay. So let's see how that affects the little grid we've got. There we go. Right. So we have Germans. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay. So German tank with a 9. Only gets 1 action. Nickel Gruber with a 9 only gets 1 action. Matthias with a 9 he'll get 2. The Germans aren't affected by these red numbers and panic here. And last, with a 9, he'll get 1. Okay. Bell and Ambrose on an 8. Get 1. Cornwell on an 8 gets 1. Evans and Dillon on an 8. They get potentially 2 if they don't panic. And these, Gibson and Hill, they get 1. Okay, so Evans, okay, he's stacked with Dillon. So do they help each other? Dillon's got an initiative of 2. Evans got an initiative of 2. That's 4. So no. And the other one there. Oh, Evans and Dillon are both in the same hex, aren't they? 4. I need 5 for them to be in command. And they're not in command. They're the ones right in the way of the Germans. They panic. Okay, I could use an expletive here. It begins with F and ends in K and it's got a U and C in the middle. Darn it. Gotta love this game. Am I though? Am I? Yes. German initiative number, not initiative number, activation number is 3. Okay. And first up we have, with 2 actions, Matthias, who's sitting in this hex here, and you can see some Americans going, "Ah!" Yeah, but that would be a silent R. They'd go, mouth open, but nothing coming out. Okay. Matthias, he's on activation number 3 with conditions. It's 803. I think that's a firing, isn't it? 803. Remember that coming up quite a bit. Oh, these Germans panic. Right. If active target visible, oh yeah. And German not in open hex, he's not. He's in wood. Crouch and conduct best fire at easiest target. Right, so it's these 2 dudes again. Did he fire at Dillon or did he fire at Evans? Both of which are panicked. They're not nice. So 1 to 3 is Dillon. It's Dillon. He's obviously seen the bigger weapon and he's thinking, harsh, scheiße. Okay, so for Matthias, first of all we check to see if his weapon jams. Please jam, please jam, please jam. Nope, it don't jam, not on a 36, it don't. Okay, so his basic to hit at that range is 5. Matthias's weapon skill, oh man, is +1, so that takes it to a 6. And he's firing at a guy that's crouching in the open with no modifier. Best fire is aimed fire. He needs a 6 or less to hit Dillon. Oh man, come on. He rolls a 0. 0 is good. 0 is 0. That's a perfect shot. Okay, Dillon is hit. Okay, so the effect of a bolt action rifle, 0 to 1 is just panic. 2 to 5 is a wound. 6 to 8 incapacitated. 9 is a kill. So we want a 0 or a 1 because Dillon's already panicked. Come on, roll another 0. He rolls a 7. Dillon is incapacitated. That is nasty. We do not like to see that. Dillon with a BAR is incapacitated. Man. Dillon believed in his own infallibility when he ran out. He didn't have to run out, but he did, taking shots at last, which missed, and now the payback. He's been hit and he's badly hit. Okay, so that takes him out of the game effectively. He was panicked, but darn it, inactive. Oh man, right. That was Lars, who got 2 actions. So he goes back. So that was Matthias. Now we're doing the Germans with 1 action, because remember they won the initiative. So we've got no one going in second turn. So we now roll a new activation number for the Germans. And it is 1. Okay. Not sure if that will change anything, but let's see. So the first up is Lars, who's also in this hex. Lars, the die roll of 1, 803. So he'll take the next shot. So that will be Evans, because he won't fire at the incapacitated dude. That's the best target. So he will fire at Evans. This is not nice. Okay, Evans is crouching with a jammed weapon in the open, crouching. So Lars has a basic to hit of 5 at that range. Crouch target doesn't change the target of it, so it's a 0 to 5. That's just a hit. I can't think of anything else that's going to help me in that situation. I'm crouching in the open. Is 0 modifier. Weapon skill 0. For Lars, that is a hit. Oh dear. Okay. The effect, low, 0. Oh. So the shot rings out and actually thunks into a rock, a little tiny rock that's right next to Evans there. Ping! And just induces more panic. You panic, you don't, 2 panics don't equal anything worse than panic. So, in other words, dodged a bullet comes to mind. That's Lars done. Now Matthias. He's also on same for 803. He'll fire down. Ah, wait a minute. And good point. The last part of the paragraph is after the shots, they go prone if they didn't make any change. So, so Lars goes prone. Matthias takes that shot. Now Matthias has got a weapon skill of +1, so that's a 6. That's a hit. Come on, we need another 0 1. No, that's an 8. Oh man, I haven't been rolling for ammo, jamming. Okay, going back on Lars. His weapon didn't jam. Going on to Matthias. His weapon didn't jam. So that die roll of 8 stands. 8 on a bolt action rifle. Incapacitated. Incapacitated. Wow. Yeah, we're heading for a total wipeout here, aren't we? Not doing too well. That tank has really put the kibosh on my tactical thinking. I shouldn't have run out in the open there. That was bonkers. Well, lesson learned. And then Matthias also falls prone, which obviously makes him a harder target. And all right, so I won the initiative last time. It didn't do me much advantage, and this time goes back to the normal. The Germans win the initiative. Right, over to Nickel Gruber, who's here. Die roll is a 1. He does chapter paragraph 803. Now he definitely doesn't have anyone in line of sight. So what does he do? If active target visible, no. If active target visible, no. If no active target visible, run into open or crawl into another target hex. He will be moving into there, because that's what happened last time. So there he goes. And he sees that his dudes are taking care of Americans at the present moment. Okay, so that's Nickel Gruber. And then we have Achtung Panzer with a crew of 5. Action number 1 was that? Yeah, so it does paragraph 900. Drive slowly. Fire cannon if active target in building hex or an active US vehicle is in sight. Okay, so it's going to drive slowly and fire the cannon. Okay, so that tells me, let me just zoom in a little bit on that action there. All right, he's going to fire on Ambrose. 900, fire cannon if active target in building hex. There is an active target in building hex. So he drives slowly. So he's got 3 movement points. And he's starting in hex 12, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. He's starting in hex M7. Boom, 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 boom. Now, which tells me he goes to N7. Now, does he complete his movement and then fire? Drive slowly, fire cannon of active target in building hex or an active US vehicle in sight. Because in this, you can fire a move or move and fire. Moving slowly is 2 crew points. Firing the cannon is 2 crew points. And looking at the action table, see, vehicles had a whole new ball game. And combat, snap fire twice, no. Aim fire with crew weapon, no. Snap fire with crew weapon, and then move. Move, snap fire, or snap fire, and then move. So the order makes no difference. Okay. Drive slowly was first, so, and it said, what was it, N7, so it moves to there for 1 movement point. Okay. Rumble, 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 rumble. Okay. 2nd movement point, so he's now in N7. Where's he go then? M8. Okay. He turns, which is free, and he enters that hex there. So he's following the road. That's his 2nd movement point. He's got 3. And his 3rd movement point, so he's in M8. He goes to M9. So I'm going to put him following the road, which means he can, this doesn't block line of sight, so he can still see that, but he can see now Cornwall there. That's interesting. That's straight down that hex spine, so I don't think he can see Cornwall. So his turret turns. He snap fires with the main auto cannon. Okay, that never jams apparently. So we're looking at tank main gun. Oh, it's got 0 to 5 here. No, it never runs out of ammo. Okay. 0 to 5 with a D. A little D, what's it? Chance that round is a dud. Okay. Let's hope the people working in the factories have created a dud round here. No. 46. It's not a dud. Alright. So, short range. Yep. It's a 5 to hit. However, the tank has a weapon skill of plus 2, so that's 7, and we're firing at the wall, which is being another plus 4. That's an 11 to hit that wall. However, it's a snap fire, so it's minus 2. So let's go through that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, minus 2, 9. So he misses on a 9. That's a 6. Let me just double check those sums. Yep, a wall may be a target and it adds 4, so that's a definite hit. So now we check for the penetration of that 75mm shell. Okay. Okay. 0 to 1, it's medium penetration. Heavy is 2. Blimey. Okay. Here goes. It's a 2. That's heavy penetration. Regardless of fire type, explosive or non, the fire passes through and destroys any type of wall or vehicle structure. So that wall is destroyed, but now that's 2 walls on that building destroyed. If a wall is destroyed, all soldiers in the building hex that are wall bordered are automatically hit. So Ambrose hit. Check damage for each solid. A destroyed wall is treated as a clear hex site from then on. If a building hex has 2 of its wall hex sites destroyed, which we have in this case, the building collapses and becomes rubble hex. Any soldiers occupying the hex when this occurs are killed. Boom! Panzers are out of ammo, and Ambrose joins without the radio now. We have 2 killed there. Darn it. I'm going to remove the weapons and such forth from the map. Yeah, it looks like we're going for a... Am I going to get anybody off here? And we're still only at condition 2. Darn it. Alright. You can tell by my tone I am no longer elated. Ambrose, the squad leader, is KIA. Fraser is KIA. We have Dylan, incapacitated. Evans, incapacitated. So I'm down 4. Oh no, and Hudson, incapacitated. So I'm down 5 dudes. So I've only got Bell, Cornwall, and Gibson remaining. And, oh, the other dude here. I think it's got to get out of Dodge now. We're to even preserve anybody left. Well, the Germans are all finished. Thank for that. Okay. So who we got? I think. Have you heard the term route? I think that's what we've got going on here. So Gibson, can he drive? Can anyone drive? Gibson. He can't drive for toffee. Okay. Cornwall, can he drive? He's got drive skill of 2. Not great. Bell, drive skill of 4. Okay. Let's get down to the Jeep. Now that tank is coming up fast. Okay. So we're going to do Bell. He stands for a free action and then goes... So I should flip the counter over, sorry. And then goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets into the Jeep hex. He's not in the Jeep. Cornwall stands up for free. Climbs through the window for +1, so that's 2, 3, 4. Okay. Gibson, who is prone. That is no cost. That's free. 1, 2 into that hex there. Yeah, these Germans are just going to keep shooting down there. I've got no way to get those guys back. And the new dude who came on the map, get out, just, you know, bugger off. He stands up. He's got 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. Get him off the map. Okay. And that's all my remaining dudes done. There's no point really ending this this video because this could be the last video. I've got to get those guys off, but if that tank goes first and whirls around the corner, they're all stacked in the same hex. So yeah, let's go for it, man. We've got to get off. Sorry, the guys leaving behind. There's just not much we can do about those. So moving on to the next action round. Yeah, I know I said I was going to do one action round per turn, but I can't see much happening. So event phase. I'll be finding out from random shell lands there, won't it? Okay, 8 plus 8 is 16 on the random event. And this is turn action round 6. So 16, paragraph 258. If German 55 moved 4 or more hexes in the previous round, it didn't, it only moved 3. It has thrown a tread. Oh man! It may not move the remainder of the mission. If it may perform any non-movement act. No, it didn't throw a tread. Okay, well at least I know that option's in there. So yeah, it didn't throw a tread. Because it only moved 3. Because it was slow moving. Interesting. Okay. So that's the random event. So activation numbers. Do I get... Oh, that's a good point. I need to change that hex to rubble. I know it might have a little effect, but it's, you know, let's do it right. A bit of clippage as we move on in the game. Can we get anybody off the board? Wow. Well, at least I know the game can kick butt. Maybe I didn't want to know that the game can kick butt, but it definitely can. And especially if you make mistakes like you do here. Okay. So we're looking at initiative rolls now, aren't we? Yeah. I need this. I do need this. Come on. Okay, Germans roll a 0 and I roll a 5. I win the initiative. Yay! Okay, does that change things up here? Action round 6. Right. Okay, let's get the shell out of the way. So, Germans rolled a 0. Tank gets 2 actions. Nickelgruber, 2 actions. Matthias, 1 action. Lars, 1 action. Okay. Bell with a 5. 2 actions. Cornwall with a 5. Darn it. 1 action. Gibson with a 5. 1 action. We know he's not going to panic because they're all on the same hex. And this guy with 1 action, he will panic because he's on his Todd. Right at the edge of the board. Oh, no, come on here to help him. Shit! Yeah, that's what happens. Oh, you've climbed into a disaster, mate. Kendall, go and have a mint cake. I don't know if you have that in America, but yeah, Kendall mint cake, that's what the name came from. Too sweet for me. Okay, so we got the initiative, but, and that means Bell goes first. Okay, can we get all... Do we use the Jeep? I mean, we can't get them all in. Wait a minute, Bell has 2 actions. His drive skill's 4. So he can get into the Jeep. Then he can use it. No, but if he gets into the Jeep, he can't. So he could tell someone else, oh, I'm not going to get the Jeep going, am I? All 3 guys need to climb into that Jeep. He can tell Gibson or who's the other dude in there? Cornwall to get in there, but they've only got 1 action each. So getting in the Jeep would be really useful, but I can't get them all in and drive this turn, and then this tank's got 2 actions. So that's going to come whirling around here. Oh man. what to do. Because we're sitting in the open otherwise. And this is all open. I am flummoxed. Bell can get in the Jeep, or he can tell one of the others to get in the Jeep. Get in the Jeep. There's one movement point. Or Bell could drive off. Bell could, well, he wouldn't get off the ball completely, but he would. No, man. Decisions. Narratively, I've had made myself a cup of tea. I've had to think about this. I'm coming back now. It's Bell's go. I think this campaign is now over. So Bell looks at Gibson and he looks at Cornwall and says, they look at him and say, yeah, we're surrounded. We've got a tank to one side. We've got 2 German soldiers over here. We're going to put our hands up, sir. Well, I wouldn't say so because he's only a corporal. And they look at him and say, you drive, go, let HQ know. The Germans are rampant. So that's what's going to happen. So Bell jumps in the car for a movement point. The Jeep. And then he's going to drive fast. So he spent one movement. That's a quarter of his movement. Now, the Jeep, does he get off board? The Jeep has a movement point out of 9. So let's call it 8. So it's 2 less. So he's got still 6 movement with the Jeep. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3 with Bell driving. So that's 3, 4, which means he now has to make a drive roll. Now his drive is 4. So let's see if he can avoid an accident. He rolls a 5. What's his drive? Double check his drive. It's 4. He rolls a 5, so he has an accident. Oh. Okay, so I roll on the accident table. Okay. Car. Right. High is good. Roll the German die to mount. It's a 0. That's a crash. The car moves 2 hexes in a straight line from the hex it occupies at the moment of the check and crashes. Gets to there. Oh man, it's off. It gets to there and crashes. It's disabled in the new hex, and then all soldiers in the vehicles lose their remaining turns. Alright, crashed. Can't even drive in a straight bloody line, Bell. Roll for damage against each soldier using the pistol damage table. Okay. Pistol damage table. He rolls a 7. He's wounded. He's not incapacitated. He's wounded. Okay. And these 2 here, who's still to go. Cornwall. Okay, wait a minute, that was Bell. Bell's turn. Not great. So now we have Nickel Gruber and the tank. Nickel Gruber's here. Okay. German activation. I didn't actually roll for the German activation number. Oh, blimey. Which is an 8. Okay. Nickel Gruber on an 8. veteran NCO. He does paragraph 831. 831. An active German in the same or adjacent hex, crouch and give a turn. There is. And it gives the one with the best weapon skill. So that is Matthias, who only had one action, now has two. Nickel Gruber, who had two actions, now got one. Matthias with two actions. 8 goes to paragraph 808. It says 808, if no active target in sight, crouch. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bell is just out of line of sight. Definitely no line of sight here, so there's no active target. He crouches. Okay. So he comes out of prone to crouch. Next up, so that was Matthias. We have the tank. The tank, which is on, we're on 8, so it's looking at paragraph 900. Drive slowly, fire cannon if active target in building hex or an active US vehicle in sight. Right, drive slowly. So we know he's in M12, M11, M10, M9. M9. It goes to L9. Which I assume is that hex there. That's one movement point. M9. Go to L9. L9. Goes to K10. Which is that one there. That's two movement points. Holy shit. And that's L. L. Yeah. That's K10. And K10 goes to K11. Alright, so that's two crew points. So 900. Right, so fire cannon if active target in building hex or an active US vehicle in sight. It's not. Prepare cannon if unable to fire. So they load, which also has two actions. That's 4 crew actions. And then conduct snap fire with coaxial. No, can't do that because of the load in the cannon. Conduct snap fire with bow machine gun at closest target. Okay. Now, firing with the bow, I think, is also 2 actions. Let me just double check. No, snap fire with bow machine gun is 1. Target must be in front of the tank. So the front works on, yeah, they're definitely in front. Okay. They're just about to fire, but my guys put their hands up. They're surrendering at that point. They can't fight the tank. We've got Germans to the behind them. So the Germans do not, as far as I'm concerned, fire when, you know, guys who are surrendering. So the case is now, because that's the tank, my 2 guys there, Gibson and there is no rules for this, but you know, it's plainly obvious that they would surrender at that point. So that's the question now, does Bell get off whilst he's wounded? Because he's only got half his movement. It's going to take him 2 turns to get off. And I think the answer to that question is no. So I'm going to call at the end there, a total party killed if we're playing a role-playing game. My squad is either killed, wounded and surrenders. The bridges are intact. The Germans are on the way. Wow. The only person who probably gets off is the runner, who wasn't even part of the squad. Okay, let me bring this back to the top and have a quick discussion. I've got a grim face, but I did enjoy that. It showed me the system can, I mean, it cooked my ass. Okay, I did the grenade slightly wrong against that tank. Lesson learned there. The bazooka was unlucky. Moving in the open though, not a good idea. But I've learned. So mission 3, I mean, I only got to condition 2, so it's still got 2 steps to intensify. Now, does that mean I'll do mission 4? Of course it does. But it'll be a complete new squad. And interestingly enough, I suppose narratively enough, in here, mission 4 is at D-Day. So I will take a new squad, the new guys. I will randomly roll this one up. Because mission 4 is, yeah, D-Day night drop to Destiny. So why, I know that I can see why it's mission 4, because there's a lot more extra rules, but it didn't fit in with, you know, because I've just done Bulge and then I've got to go back to D-Day. So if this squad had survived, it just want to fit it in with the chronological order. So I can now do this. So new squad, mission 4, D-Day. These were training missions. So honestly, the system is sound. There are a few little things I wish it could do, but overall, it plays very, very well. That was exciting. I just couldn't think of a way to deal with that Panzer. Does that mean that there's going to be Panzers in every other scenario? Don't know. But wow. That tank was terrifying. I just had no, you know, there was still crew exposed, but even shooting at them, it's only a 7, 8 or 9 to actually hurt a crew member. Lesson learned. That's why we play these games, isn't it? I never like to lose. No one likes to lose. But I didn't lose. I had fun. The scenario was fun. As I said, it shows what the Germans can do. And they've written it well. You know, that outflanking manoeuvre with those guys that came on from the south of the map edge, running along that river line there. Effectively, they trapped me. Which cost me the scenario. Or majority of the squad. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it was a darn sight shorter than my previous mission 2. Narratively, yeah, I could have gone on for another few action rounds as my guys tried to escape. But, you know, you've got a tank coming straight to you. You've got Germans behind you. My personal morale had broken. And I could see theirs too. And all right, if Bell had been able to drive properly on a straight road, who knew? But obviously he was like, in panic mode himself. He crashed the car and he's wounded. He's not getting off. So yeah. Who knew? Mission 3. Woo. Will I play this again at some point? Yes. Will I remember there's a tank? Absolutely. Do I know where that tank's coming on? Yes. Can I deal with that tank? Who knows? But that will be off screen probably in a couple of years, unless I can get my daughter to play this, because she's halfway through mission 1. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm sort of role-playing it for her, so she doesn't need to know the rules. I'm just, you know, telling her what she can do, her options and such forth, and she seems to be enjoying it. So that gets me to play this missions again, but with her perspective and such forth. So I'm not going to bring that onto the channel. I'm just letting you know that you can role-play this. You can co-op play it as well. I know the difficulty of and there's been many discussions about how difficult this game was to make and the options and such forth, but I'd love to see it back in print so more of you guys can do it, and I'd love to see it. I know there's Combat by Compass Games, which is meant to be similar, but that's mega expensive. So yeah, as always though, play games, have fun, and yeah, hit the like, subscribe, All comments are answered. So all that YouTube stuff. Until next time. Bye, Internet. I got the thing didn't work, so we'll try that again. Bye, Internet, and do that.